I'm gonna dye my hair. I shaved my head bald like a month and a half ago, and I think it's finally at a length where I could like reasonably dye it. And I'm also really bored enough to shave off my eyebrows. Yeah, so let's bleach and dye my hair, I guess. I also don't want to get bleach on this shirt, so I'm gonna go change. Eyebrows, magical. This is my first time drawing them on because I literally just shaved my eyebrows off. Doesn't look too bad. Always remove rings and other things before mixing together chemicals to put on your head. I don't know, good idea. Just mixing up some bleach. It's a good idea to measure out the components, usually using like a scale for accuracy, but I'm just eyeballing it because I don't feel like walking to the kitchen and getting a scale. And honestly, for everyone who's been like freaking out about having to like do their own hair at home, it's not that hard. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of tutorials on YouTube. I and many other people have done their own hair for a very long time. It's not that bad. I believe in you.
So I'm editing this and realized I didn't explain like anything at all. So here's some quick hair science. There are hair levels. They range from 1 to 10. 1 is black and 10 is like the most platinum blonde you can think of. My hair is naturally like a level 8. And bleach is used to lift the hair level and to like get to a higher level to make your hair lighter so that you can put brighter colors on it. Volumes of bleach developer. Developer is basically what activates the bleach powder and makes it bleach your hair. So, quick rundown on that. 10 volume developer isn't really going to lift your hair at all with bleach. 20 volume developer will lift your hair like 1 to 2 levels, and 30 volume developer will lift like 2 to 3 levels. And I wouldn't do any higher than that at home because like that's some risky business. So just like, I don't know, stick with like 20 or 30 depending on how dark your hair is and how light you want it to be. And yeah, my hair is naturally like an 8, but kind of needs some bleach to get it so I can have brighter colors at like a level 10, but also so that like it'll damage the hair a little bit so that the color will stick. That sounds bad, but it's like, it's how it works.
This is like a little on the thick side. I'm gonna add a little more developer. I'm doing 20 volume. Literally, that's like the easiest bleach application. I remember the last time I had short hair and I bleached it, I always missed like my little sideburns here. I definitely should have taken out my industrial bar. Yeah, I think basically the pro tip with bleach is to definitely like get the edges because it's easy to forget like the thin baby hairs, especially with like a shaved head. Another tricky part is getting the nape of the neck. Otherwise, just, you know, make sure it's pretty consistently everywhere. And the thing with short hair is that everything's right at the scalp, so there's a lot of heat naturally and it's gonna bleach real quick. So don't want to leave this on too long and check it regularly. So I'm gonna start with like 10 minutes. Hey Google, set a timer for 10 minutes.
Sure, 10 minutes, and we're starting now.
If you don't have a shower cap, I recommend using a plastic bag, just so you don't get bleach on anything, you know? I look like the aliens in Jimmy Neutron that have like their brains with like glass over them, except like real ratchet version. Time for me to edit the video of shaving my eyebrows off. That's gonna take longer than 10 minutes though. Okay, Google, stop timer. Let's see. Oh boy. I mean, yeah, I look like a 90s boy band. Time to wash it out, I guess. Knox is in here like trying to huff the bleach, so bye kitty. I'm not gonna lie, this is one of the worst bleach jobs I've ever done. Like I said, get those edges. And like back here, like this, still looks dark. Reapply gloves. I'm kind of feeling like a pink-ish vibe, so I'm gonna use Arctic Fox Wrath. And I have some of this clear shade diluter. Conditioner would work too, but I don't have conditioner. So I have like a thumb amount of the shade diluter. I'm gonna do roughly half and half. Also gonna add a few drops of Purple Rain just to dull down the oranginess of it, since I am wanting it more of a pink. This looks quite red. We'll see how it goes on. And the thing to keep in mind with short hair is that like usually I would just kind of throw dye on willy-nilly and not worry too much if it got into my scalp. But since my scalp is pretty visible with short hair, I'm gonna try to kind of keep it off the scalp if I can. I'm making a time-lapse video too of taking a selfie every day to show how fast my hair grows. I just realized things are gonna start changing because I hadn't yet dyed my hair. So at this point in the time-lapse, it will suddenly change to red.
So my biggest tips for using semi-permanent dye is to just make sure that you get an even application. If you have someone that lives with you, maybe have them make sure that you've gotten everything evenly, but they're really fun because you can just mix and match colors, you can blend them together, and usually how it looks going on your head is how it's gonna look when it washes out. So it's pretty easy to tell what your final look is gonna be. Except on darker hair or unbleached hair, it might turn out a little differently. And if you're using a box dye or any sort of like permanent hair color, then just follow the package directions for how long you should leave it on.
So, looking a little crazy right now. I'm just gonna go edit that video now and be back here in probably an hour. Since it's a semi-permanent dye that I'm using, it doesn't really matter how long I leave it on, so I'm just gonna, go for a while. Do you guys want me to dye your hair? I absolutely would not do that. That would be evil. What do you think you're doing? It's like almost 11 o'clock at night now. I've just been editing for a couple hours. So I guess it's time to wash it out. It's been like 3 hours, I think. Honestly, I expected a lot more pigment to come out, so it's still pretty bright, but it's also pretty freaking cute. And I think it'll fade to what I want in probably a couple washes, so I'm happy with it. So it's actually been a week since that, and my hair has not faded all that much. I definitely was going for a lighter pink, so I probably should have used more diluter stuff, but I was just using the dyes that I had on hand. Wrath is actually like a very intense red basically, so I was asking too much of it to lighten up as much as I wanted it to, but it's fine. What color should I dye my hair next? Let me know in the comments down below. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you got some helpful tips, especially if you're trying to figure out how to dye your own hair in quarantine. Like, it sounds intimidating, but honestly, it's not the worst thing in the world. So subscribe, go and follow me on Instagram, and let's keep in touch. Let me know what you want to see me dye my hair next time. Let me know what you want to see in the next video, and go drink some water. Bye guys.